Yo, whoa. There we go. Yo, what is cracking, my people? Welcome to yet another episode of ADQ's Renaissance, a brand new episode of ADQ's Renaissance. I'm your host with the most, giving 100 for coast to coast through God. I boast A to the D to the Q. Show me love. I would just like to point out that this episode is
powered by Riverside FM.
Now, while I am very happy anytime I'm able to get on the mic and talk my ish, one thing I don't like about Riverside, and once I can find a better recording platform, I'm going to take good advantage of it. Here's my beef with you, Riverside. I'm sure you all have seen this every single time I record a video on this illustrious platform. There is an invisible ghost right next to me. You know what I'm saying? It looked like I'm talking to an invisible ghost. I don't like that. It looks weird. But hey, that's for those of you who are going to watch the video of this. And I am naming and claiming in the name of the creator. So many people are going to tune into this. And those who those who watch the video, those who listen, I hope you hear this while you're on your morning walks, on your morning jogs. I hope you hear this greatly. So, I've been gone for a minute now. I'm back with the jump off. I've said that before, but I'm saying it and I'm meaning it this time. Maybe this will help. Okay. I'm saying that and I'm meaning it this time. What have I been up to since my last episode? My last episode, I just did audio only because I did not want people to watch me talking about how depressed I was at that time and how I deal with it. I'm always constantly trying to elevate. Not trying to look at my teeth. I'm always constantly trying to elevate. And I ask myself, how can I elevate my podcast? What can I do different? Right? Well, first of all, I want to be clear about the space of podcasters that I belong in. I am a black podcaster. I'm not a podcaster who happens to be a black. I'm not a podcaster who happens to be black. I'm a black man who happens to podcast. Big difference. My identity is here, not here. All right. So that being said, let's see. First, let's start with some motivation. All right. Let's start with some motivation. What did the Bible app have for me this morning? Oh yes, I like it. Romans chapter 12, verse 2. Don't copy NLT version. Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. If we are walking around this world, conducting ourselves in the exact same manner that the world does, that the secular world does, no shade on secular people. But if we are conducting ourselves in that manner, then we do not give God any room to tell us just what he has for us, to direct us in the paths, that he has created for us. And I say that, and I call God he. God doesn't have a gender. Just I've been calling God he my entire life, 37 years. There's a proverb that says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not into your own understanding, and he shall direct your paths. Lean not into your own understanding, lean into the understanding that guides you divinely. Like, what does it say in Colossians? It says focus your mind on things that are above you. You know what I'm saying? That kind of like taps in with the principle to always vibrate low when you are giving low energy, but you vibrate high when you're giving great energy, when you're giving powerful energy. So don't copy this world that needs things, that needs vices to get through the day. When you got God, man, you got all that you need, yo. So that's what I'm saying. So let's give it up for God. Hold on. No, that's a smattering. Yo, this book. Okay, thank you. Cool. Yeah. Praise him. Time out bow tie, retime my bow tie. Also, this book, 48 Laws of Power, great book. I highly recommend it. While you are finding God's will for your life, I'm not preaching, I promise. I'm trying my best not to preach. While you're finding God's will for your life, it's the 25th law in Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. It says, recreate yourself. Do not accept the roles that society foists on you, i.e., the behavior and customs of this world, right? Recreate yourself by forging a new identity. My identity is in God, right? Spat on myself. One that commands attention and never bores the audience. When you walking in God, people gonna look at you. Believe me. Be the master of your own image rather than letting others define it for you. Incorporate dramatic devices into your public gestures and actions. Your power will be enhanced and your character will seem larger than life. All right, that's just the beginning. You know, I highly recommend you all read 48 Laws of Power. Another book that I highly recommend y'all read. Yeah. The Celibacy Chronicles by my good sister Morgan Renee Myers. She's having a talk back listening party this weekend that I have every intent to go to. It's over at the East Oak Manor, the East White Oak Community Center. I'm getting it wrong. I'm so sorry. The East White Oak Community Center, here in Greensboro. It's over at 1801 10th Street here in Greensboro. This book consists of 17 poems. I don't think Morgan will get mad if I read one. I don't think she will. I really hope she don't get mad. If she do, she'll get over it. She'll be alright. I like this one because it kind of like goes in hand with what my last episode was about. We're going to read this, and then we're going to get into what we hear about. Dion on Dion. But first, I got to show my sister some love. As she wrote about self-love. By the way, there's a Black-owned audiobook and podcast app called Discotopia, which I will be... Sorry, I got a text message. Sorry, y'all. This is the audio version of this powerful book is on Discotopia. It's a Black-owned audiobook and podcast app. I highly recommend checking it out. So check this out. And again, Morgan, if you're listening to this, don't get mad at me. Self-love sometimes looks like crying in bathtubs as you scroll down your timeline and see nothing but inspirational quotes in black love. Staring in mirrors and giving yourself a hug. Looking, listening, listing all of your flaws, then smiling because you can either improve or sulk about them. Self-love looks like not being nervous every month if you're pregnant because you're celibate and you can clearly count how many cycles you had since you last went to bed. So that part does not apply to me or any other cisgender man because we're not going to get pregnant. One of the great things about being a man. Woo! I swear Morgan can go and slap the black out for me when she hear this. Self-love looks like not associating with drama on TV in real life in your home. You value yourself enough to not just hold on to hurt out of comfort. You'd rather be alone. Self-love looks like writing this poem. After having shied away from writing and releasing, it's a healing medium. Feels like freedom. Self-love looks like turning off electronics and tuning in, deep breathing. Yes, queen. Yes. Self-love sometimes looks selfish because you choose to stay in the house reflecting instead of in the club dancing or on your phone responding to reckless text messages. Self-love looks like taking care of your health, mental, spiritual, physical, emotional. It looks like accepting constructive criticism and not taking offense. Self-love looks like when I see you, I see me. Pause. Just to let you all know. When I see Morgan doing what she does, operating the way she does, I support her so much. Not because I'm caking anything, but because when I see her, I see a lot of myself. No cap. Continuing. Somehow we're connected intricately. Out of all places to be on the planet is in your presence I'm standing. So this moment has to be a part of my plan of personal growth and expansion. Self-love sounds like music. Groovy highways, new places with many stops along the way. It's sceneries never seen but felt immediately. It's therapy, sharing, daring yourself to get over yourself so you could be your true self and reflect that energy, that God within you that's also within me. Sometimes self-love sounds like silence, quieting our minds, putting the past behind us, learning from less, is counting your blessings, and through all the trials, not stressing. It's getting in the flow, reading a good book, feeling inspired, transforming your mind. Self-love is a requirement before dating and marriage. It becomes apparent. Some internal work is needed to propel. Self-love sometimes looks like working for yourself. Self-love is honest and true. How you can love everyone else and forget about the most important person, you. Let's see. Let's give Morgan a round of applause. You can hear that and 17 other masterpieces from her book, The Celibacy Chronicles, that she wrote at the age of 26. Now she's almost, I'm not going to give Morgan's age. What the heck? All right, now let's transition. So, I named this episode Dion on Dion because I couldn't take it anymore. I wanted to join the rest of the black community in giving my 2 cents about the recent transactions, transitions, transgressions of one Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, Neon Dion, though he said that he never even liked that nickname. Deion Sanders. A little bit of background for me. First of all, I never met the brother. Never, ever, in my entire life. 37 years on this earth, never met him. But I have been a fan of this man almost my entire life. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I was so elated with how he and Bo Jackson both were masters of the football field and the baseball field simultaneously. Deion Sanders, the first ever man, the first ever athlete, and at this particular moment in time, the only athlete to ever both play in the Super Bowl and the World Series. You know what I'm saying? This man, I believe, at one point played in the World Series game and flew somewhere to play a football game. At one point, he was playing for the Atlanta Braves and Atlanta Falcons at the same time. So Deion Sanders' athletic accomplishments, you know, they cannot be denied. They are to be revered. He is possibly one of the greatest athletes of our time. But here's where we mess things up. Here's where we get it wrong. Athletic greatness does not always necessarily equal to moral greatness. Just because somebody is a great athlete does not mean that they're a great person. And that does not apply to Deion Sanders. You know, he's a Christian man. You know, he loves God. He's a man of faith. He says, God told me to do this. I'm sorry, I did not mean to sound like a preacher, but he does that. So, you know, I'm pretty sure if I was to ever meet him, I would love him. I would think that he was a great guy. So why are we taking the deuce on this man? Why is there a debate going on? Why? I'll tell you why. In 2020, Deion Sanders, you know, after an illustrious football career, you know, he had a good baseball career. The last team he played for was the Cincinnati Reds, I believe, in 2001. And, you know, he was good. Last team he played for was the Baltimore Ravens in football. Joined the NFL Network. He coached on the Pee Wee level, the youth football level, high school, leading to him being in search of a head coaching job. And Jackson State University is the school that gave him that job. He has said many times how he does not want to coach in the NFL because of all the egos, all the frivolous passing of money, which I can totally understand that. When you are working in schools, you are working with kids. You're working with kids who are fresh out of high school, kids who are like trying to find themselves. So I totally get that. So he's been over at the HBCU, the historically black college and university, Jackson State University. Man, won't these people leave me alone? All right, so he was at Jackson State University. So far, during his 3-year tenure at Jackson State University, let's see. Number one, he has brought attention to Jackson State University and HBCU football on a level that it has never seen. Never. Now, if you black, like I live like right up the street from North Carolina A&T. They have a football game going on. I'm going to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Winston State University, 30 minutes down the road. I know about the football team. But does a white person in Colorado know about them? Not very likely. Deion Sanders being the nationally known name that he has brought so much attention to HBCU football that they were starting to be streamed on ESPN2. You know what I'm saying? Just by his involvement, right? There was even an episode of ESPN Game Day taking place over at Jackson State University. If Deion Sanders was not the head coach and head spokesman of Jackson State University, that doesn't happen at all. So the contributions that Deion Sanders has given to not only Jackson State University, but HBCU football, HBCU culture at large cannot be negated. Here's the problem, black people. Here's the problem. He is a football legend. He is not a politician. He is not a social justice warrior. He is not a martyr. He is a football coach. The man put out a whole song years ago called Show Me the Money. The man put out a whole song years ago called Show Me the Money. Now, yes, he's been, yes, he went on the Jimmy Kimmel show wearing Jackson State University gear, representing Jackson State University proudly. Yes, he brought CBS 60 Minutes to Jackson State University and had a whole interview and had a whole segment about his contributions. And his contributions can never be ignored. Not only that, but how many coaches do you know donate a portion of their salary which does not match, what's the word I'm looking for? Does not match their pedigree, or does not match their resume, or does not match, you know what I'm saying? How many people donate a portion of their salary to their job, to their employer? You know what I'm saying? That's like me, I don't know, working for the Roundabout Theater in New York. And my salary there will be, I don't know, $30,000, and I give them $15,000 as a donation. That's basically what Deion Sanders did. And not only that, but he went to Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson, Mississippi. Who, under the sound of my voice, is looking at Jackson, Mississippi on the map with all the blood that Mississippi has on its hands and going there? When you live in a suburb over in Texas, who's doing that? Who? I'm an owl now. Who? Charlemagne the God said brilliantly, don't be mad that Deion Sanders' time in over at Jackson State University ended. Be glad that it happened. Every young man that he coached, everybody is affected. And I would say affected positively by his time there. But again, he's a football coach. You are expecting way too much from him. He's a football coach. And that's where we as a people get it wrong. We look at athletes and entertainers to be our saviors. Yeah, Deion Sanders is a black man. But Deion Sanders Deion Sanders, yo, I was looking at my watch. When he first got inaugurated as the coach of Jackson State University, I asked myself, I wonder how long he's gonna be there. I wonder how long he's gonna be there. Because Deion Sanders never seemed like a lifer for HBCUs. He just doesn't. But again, be glad it happened. Now, if you are not donating to any HBCU, if you're not contributing to any HBCU culture, if you're not even tutoring any students at any HBCU, if you're not helping them stay on their academics at any HBCU, you have no room to talk. Zero. I don't have any room to talk, but I'm going to talk anyway. Now, since I have spoken in the positive of Coach Prime's transition, see, me, I'm on the fence with it. I wanted him to stay at Jackson State University and stay there for a long time. But when I saw the footage of him going into the University of Colorado, seeing the facilities that he has to work with, which did not match the facilities that he had to work with at Jackson State University. When I saw what he was getting paid, which was a stupid load more than he's getting paid at Jackson State University. When I saw the kids that he was talking to, like, for real, let's be honest, man. Let's be honest. You know, the Coach Prime that was talking all that jive to them kids over at Jackson State University. You better believe he ain't gonna be talking like that to the kids at University of Colorado. Shoot. I don't see it. If he does, cool. Man, the University of Colorado, from what I understand, that joint is as white as the deckgone mayonnaise out. Man, I guess Coach Prime was ready to bounce, but if it had been me, I would have held out for an offer somewhere else, man. Colorado? I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't be. He says that God told him to go to Colorado, just like he said God told him to go to Jackson State. You know, I'm not here to argue or question what anybody has heard from God. I'm just saying, man. Better that it's him than me. Better that it's him than me. I wouldn't be checking who. Like, me. I wouldn't call myself a multiculturalist. I would call myself someone who is a proud black man. I'm proud that I'm black. Sorry. I'm proud that I'm black. I'm proud that I'm black. I wouldn't have it any other way. But I got love for people of other ethnic groups. You know what I'm saying? When I was homeless, white people opened up their homes to me. I've had great relationships, teacher-student relationships with Hispanic kids and black kids and Asian kids, and I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? I got love in my heart for everybody. But I couldn't go to a place that's that gone white. I couldn't. I'm sorry, I couldn't. Now, I participated in productions, plays. where I was the one chocolate drop on the white sheet of paper, right? You could call it tokenism. You could call it, hey, finally we got a black person, or hey, look, we got a black person. Yo, those are two things. Hey, look at this black person we got, or hey, we finally got a black person. Hey, we've been trying to get black people up in this joint, or hey, we got this one black person that's going to represent, that's going to give off the narrative, the idea that we're not racist. I don't really see Coach Pry putting himself in a position to be a token, but it's like you've been telling black athletes to give HBCUs a chance. You kind of put a screeching halt to the ride, the HBCU football ride, and the elevation that you were on. But at the same time, Deion Sanders is not a martyr. Be mad if Malcolm X were to ditch the Nation of Islam, which he did end up leaving the Nation of Islam, and I don't know, joining the white evangelical church. Be mad if, trying to think of a good example. Be mad is somebody who claimed to be like the leader of black people, which we don't have any leaders now. We have the Soul Society. We have the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, but yo, man's almost 90. I will credit the Nation of Islam. They are the best black-owned business that I've ever seen in my entire life. But and I'm gonna get into Farrakhan a little bit more later. But at the end of the day, don't get mad at Jay-Z for signing a deal with the NFL. Don't get mad at LeBron James because he doesn't give social justice woke dialogue. Don't be mad at Deion Sanders for moving over the University of Colorado. Build up the community that surrounds the HBCU. Like, yo, I'm going to be critical. The community here in Greensboro goes super hard for A&T around G-Ho. That's one weekend out of the year. Is A&T alumni going hard for them, donating money and everything, mentoring young students there? Are y'all doing that? Are you doing that year round? Also, Deion Sanders was the coach of Jackson State University's football program. That man went above and beyond. He contradicted himself, but he went above and beyond. He called some sponsors to give some funding to Jackson State University. Now, what they do with that funding, that's on them. It ain't on Coach Prime no more. It's on them. And that's where it comes down to, how can we successfully run a business as a people? How can we successfully run a business? Because a college is a business. You know what I'm saying? They're collecting thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for students who attend there. And hopefully alumni are donating to the colleges to contribute to the well-being of said college. That's what I hope. That should be on the president, the chancellor, the chancellor, the alumni of each college. That shouldn't be on the coach of the football program. Too much stock into sports. Relying too much on athletes and entertainers. And again, who was going to Jackson, Mississippi? David Banner talks our ears off about Mississippi, and he don't even live in Mississippi. So my final conclusion, because I don't want to ramble. I'm glad that Deion Sanders' time at Jackson State University happened. I'm glad that it happened. I wish he would stay. I really wish he would stay. At least give him 5 years. He gave him 3 years. He gave him 3. I wish he would have gave him 5 years, 6 years, something. At least, or seen a graduating class graduate. I wish that would have happened. But I used to work at Dudley High School here in Greensboro. I was working at Dudley High School. I did not like the job that I was assigned. I did not like the lack of direction that I was given. And I ended up leaving for a school that was in Jamestown. Way whiter. So I could totally understand. Coach Prime's moves. But after talking to my brother Dominic, I look back and I wish I would stay. So let's transition again, because I want to give my spiel on some cultural issues. Let's see. Play that, go. All right. I hope y'all enjoying this episode of ADQ's Renaissance so far. I'm enjoying doing it, yo. I missed podcasting. I missed it. Okay. Now, a couple things I want to vent about first. First thing first, this is a challenge to all fellow black podcasters out there. I saw an interview recently that Dr. Umar Johnson was on, and like the most inarticulate people will say, "Hey, so Dr. Umar, what do you think about Kanye West, Kyrie Irving?" You're going straight for the drama, yo. You're going straight for the drama. You have nothing better to offer to the podcasting culture at large other than drama. I have a huge problem with that. Is that all you're going for, is drama? Clickbait? If so, you're not a podcaster. You're a freaking gossiper. And the culture has enough of that. This is to anybody who is white that might hear this and might see this. White people. Number love. I love everybody. I got love for everybody. But the idea that we are the exact same is complete and utter cap. It's not true, okay? It's not true. Now, we are genetically made up very similarly. White people come from white people come from a group of Africans that migrated to a colder climate. That's where you all come from, okay? Now, the first ever people to walk planet Earth were probably darker than I am, but they look like me, all right? If I were to have a baby with a white woman, the baby will be a lot darker than her. You know what I'm saying? It could be, you know what I'm saying? The baby will be melanated. So, I bring this up because I had a conversation with a white woman recently. And she said we're all the same. We're not. No, we're not all the same. We're not all the same. Absolutely not. No, we're not. You do not go through the things that I go through on day-to-day struggle. Okay? You do not deal with 400 years worth of post-traumatic slave syndrome, which occurs in each and every single black person that walks planet Earth. Okay? You don't deal with that. You do not walk past people who gets your tax money in fear of your life. You don't deal with that. You don't have to adjust the way that you communicate around you do not have to adjust the way you communicate or even your name in order to get a certain job or to fit with a certain group of people. You don't have to do that. I don't have to do that either. I keep it funky around everybody. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that. All right? Let's see. You are not a part of a group of people that has been systematically undervalued and thrown into the lowest slums of society. You don't come from that. Do you know how many people, do you have any idea how many black people are denied access to housing based off of the fact that they are black? So, are we all skeletons and muscles and bones and hearts and all that? Yes, absolutely. Do we all come from the same beginning? Yes, absolutely. But once we grow up and the culture starts taking shape, that's where we separate. Love my white friends. Love y'all. But my story ain't your story. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that my story is a complete traumatic my story ain't one of these crap black traumas where everybody got to cry and whatnot. No, don't cry. Don't cry for me, Argentina. ADQ good. But recognize the idea that we are the exact same is complete and utter. Good Lord, my teeth are yellow. Too much coffee. But anyway, the idea that we are all the exact same is complete and utter cap. It's cap. It's a lie. It's fake news. We are not the exact same. You really want to see if we're the exact same? Okay. Let's go stand out in the sun. Which one of us could stand up under the sun the longest? Man, I stand up under the sun, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm thriving. You stand up under the sun, you're gonna get sunburned like a mug. It ain't racism. Racism is systematic. ADQ doesn't systematically control anything. White supremacy controls the system. All right. Now that I've gotten that off my chest. Ye and Kyrie. Let me just put my little 2 cents on it, and then we're gonna wrap this up. By the way, if you made it to this 44-minute mark, if you made it this far in this, please go to SoundCloud, check out my new I gotta sell it better than that. Please go to SoundCloud. Check out my brand new project, When the Sun Rises, the live prequel. It is a prequel to my upcoming book, my first ever poetry book, When the Sun Rises and Maintains the Sea. You know that's dope. You know that's deep. So, all right. Ye and Kyrie Irving. All right. Cause I had a lot. I had some stuff to say about this. At this point, Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. At this point, I think he's just going for shock value and things that he say. I mean, yo, Ye, wild dude, for real. But there is truth in some things that he says. What truth? I might post clip. I might put clips of them in this episode. But I do believe. But there is truth in what he says. Also, yo, if you circle back to College Dropout, Ye's always been the type that like bucks the system to some degree. Do I question his mental state? Absolutely, I do. I think that his mental state has been heavily compromised based off of the death of his mother. Yes, it happened in 2008, but yo, long-term ramifications of traumatic circumstances take place, i.e., post-traumatic slave syndrome. And it can go from generation to generation to generation to generation. But do I think that there's also an element of shock value that he tries to implement in some of the things that he says? Yeah. Why are you going to say that you love a certain German dictator whose name got me in trouble with Facebook? Why? Like, why? What does that serve? You know what I'm saying? So, again, with Ye, I think it goes right back into putting too much stock into athletes and entertainers. His situation is nothing like Kyrie Irving's situation. Y'all came for Kyrie Irving for no daggone reason. Y'all was wrong. Y'all were completely wrong in coming for Kyrie Irving. Like, Stephen A. Smith disgusts me at this point. At this point, I don't even like hearing the sound of his voice. Like, I don't even watch First Take. Like, why? I don't know. Like, yo. Aaron Rodgers questioned the bang bang. The bang bang. Brett Favre took money out of the pockets of Mississippi natives. People who live in Mississippi. Sorry. Took money out of their pockets. An old photo of Jerry Jones protesting against black people has resurfaced. Stephen A. Smith, thinking that he's all big and bad, ain't having no heat for none of them. But yo, he stayed on Kyrie Irving. He stayed on Kyrie Irving like a fly on a dirty diaper. He stayed on Kyrie Irving. He stayed on Kyrie Irving's refusal to get the bang bang. He stayed on Kyrie Irving in terms of his posts. So people like Stephen A. Smith need to STFU forever. Forever. What's this? So, that being said, what was I getting at? Oh, yeah. Okay. So, Kyrie Irving. It was completely wrong how y'all came for Kyrie Irving. The man posted about a film he watched. The man posted about a film he watched. And then y'all were ready to label him anti-Semitic. The man posted on Twitter about film he watched, and y'all got all up in your feelings. Why? He wasn't selling the film. Amazon was selling the film. Yeah, I ain't had none of that heat with Jeff Bezos. Now, did you? Did you? No, you did not. I posted about me. I posted some, Taoism quotes that I thought were dope. That doesn't make me a follower of Taoism. That just makes me someone who appreciates it. You know what I'm saying? I posted about me watching let's see, what's an example? Big Daddy. The Adam Sandler movie, Big Daddy. I'm not gonna go out and illegally adopt a kid and teach it how to pee on the side of buildings. I posted about how I love the movie La La Land. I'm not going to run through the city of LA randomly singing musicals. Well, at least not now. Someday I will. I get what I'm saying. So it wasn't right how y'all came after Kyrie. It wasn't right. Yay, puts his foot in his own mouth. But it goes back to we are unfairly looking for representatives out of athletes and entertainers. We are unfairly looking for representatives out of athletes and entertainers. Now, will I be like Laura Ingraham and tell LeBron James to shut up and dribble? No. LeBron, you got something to say? Hey, you a citizen? You're a black man. Shoot, LeBron older than I am. LeBron been a black man longer than I have. Speak your piece, LeBron. But if you do something that's socially corrupt, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. I'm gonna be like, oh well. I think we should stop looking at people to lead us and guide us. I really do. Because people mess up. People are not perfect. Some people are morally corrupt and they are out to accomplish things that put other people in a very precarious position. That's white supremacy. That's supremacy of anything. And some people mean well. But if you're out here looking for another Martin Luther King, Huey Newton, Kwame Ture, Assata Shakur, don't look for any athletes and entertainers. I mean, Muhammad Ali was dope. He gave great speeches. He gave great examples. But the majority of that man's time was spent training to be a boxer and in a boxing ring. So, that being said, I'm ADQ. Hope I didn't piss off Morgan by reading one of her poems. Hope I didn't piss off any white people. If I did, listen to me. Hear me. Listen to me. Listen to me. Hear me when I say this. First of all, if you think for 1 second that ADQ is racist, I promise you, if you look at the list of anybody who runs anything, you're not going to see Adrian Quarles. Nowhere. If you do, let me know. So I'll claim that. Get my money. No, I'm not racist. I'm a man. I'm a black man who's been a black man for 37 years on this earth. I've seen how a majority of my white friends live and how I live. Very different, but I thank God that I've been able to form friendships with these particular people because, again, 3 of those particular people kept me from being homeless. But again, their experience has been different from my experience and the experience of those who look like me. I remember a quick story, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. I remember once when I decided to grow out my locks, I was going through the ugly phase. Anybody who's ever grown locks, you know what the ugly phase is. It's when your hair just looks, which I loved it. You know what I'm saying? First, I think, let your hair do this thing, keep it shaped up, and you're good to go. But I was wondering, I was posting on Facebook, what should I do? It's been, it was white people, not all white people, but a couple, maybe like 3, who were more in favor of me cutting my hair. Yet Morgan and others, a couple others who were proud of being black, encouraged me to let it grow. Morgan, Ricochet, they encouraged me to let it grow. That's just one of multiple other aspects of how culturally we're different. Biologically, we are the same, yes. But ain't no cop gonna look at me and be like, hey, you're the same as me. No. So yeah. I say as people, as human people, because there's only one race, the human race. But there are multiple facets. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me say this, then I'm gonna be done. By the way, y'all notice how I lost all this weight? Yeah, 64 pounds, baby. There was once I had this student once, right? And sometimes when I would look in her book bag to get her folder to turn it in, I would see a Mulan book. This student was Asian. I bet you she could tell me everything about Mulan, and I was happy about that because Mulan was a great representative of her culture. So I say, let's show love and respect to other people's cultures, and don't try to pry in unless we're invited. I say that. So I'm ADQ. Been great chopping up with you all. Hopefully you all listen to all of this. I'm ADQ, and until next time, this is ADQ's Renaissance. Peace.